Thanks for watching 44 News this morning. I'm Amanda Chodnicki. Entertainment insider Gretchen Irons will join us in just a few minutes. But first, a windy morning here in the tri-state. Here's meteorologist Jackie Brown with a quick check on the forecast.
Thank you, Amanda. That was a wonderful intro. That was a great toss there. All right. Well, we are seeing very windy, as she just said, 24-mile-per-hour sustained winds in Mount Carmel, 21 in Evansville and Henderson, 23-mile-per-hour sustained winds in Madisonville and Vincennes, 24 in Washington. It's windy. We have a wind advisory in effect until 6 o'clock tonight. Rain, and more rain. I'll have more details on that coming up in a minute. Amanda.
Thank you, Jackie. And here is your 44 News to go. Evansville police arrest a man after they say he led officers on an early morning chase. Police say they tried to pull over the driver for a traffic violation on Diamond Avenue, but the guy took off. After pursuing the man across several streets, the chase finally ended at 4th and Delaware. Officers say the canine caught Christopher Monks and injured him. He went to the hospital, but has since been booked in the Vanderbilt County Jail. Monks faces several charges, including 2 counts of resisting law enforcement, reckless driving, and interfering with a police canine. And 4 Evansville police officers' disciplinary cases are moving forward as the FOP attorney has some concerns over the release of body cam footage from the incident. Charles Berger asked the Merit Commission to decide if anyone else should be disciplined for releasing the footage, but that request was voted down. Berger claims the release of Officer Nick Henderson's body cam footage violated state law because it was released before a criminal investigation was complete. Henderson and 3 other officers were suspended for using excessive force while making an arrest last October. Hearing dates for the officers will begin on February 21st. Congress will now put President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet nominees to the test as confirmation hearings get underway today. This as some people raise concerns about the president-elect's latest staff appointment. Fox News correspondent Kelly Wright has more from New York.
With confirmation hearings beginning today on President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet picks, Democrats are already trying to block Senator Jeff Sessions from becoming Attorney General.
In the end, it ain't going to work. Jeff Sessions is going to be approved, and then the burden is going to be on the Trump administration to prove that it's committed to a new deal for African Americans.
But Democrats believe Americans should have answers about the nominee's past, considering he was rejected for a federal bench seat decades ago over racial comments.
The determination was that there were racial insensitivity issues that were so concerning that he was not confirmed. Here we are 30 years later. I think Americans do want answers to those questions.
There are also questions over Mr. Trump's appointment of his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, as senior advisor.
There are conflicts. I think there are problems having to do with the businesses that Jared has. But as to nepotism, I don't think it applies. I think the law probably is on the side of Trump.
Meanwhile, Democrats continue to attack the Republicans for having no clear replacement for Obamacare, as the president-elect wants the Affordable Care Act repealed immediately, even though the GOP might not have enough votes to do it.
That in 2010, the Republicans won in large part because of their commitment to repeal and replace Obamacare. They've all made that promise to repeal and replace Obamacare, and it's important that they happen in quick succession.
President-elect Donald Trump is expected to hold a press conference Wednesday. It will be his first since last summer. In New York, Kelly Wright, Fox News.
President Obama will say goodbye to the nation tonight in a farewell speech from Chicago. He says the event is his chance to thank the country for what he's calling an amazing journey. The tradition of the farewell speech began back in 1796 when George Washington addressed the American people for the last time as president. 44 News will carry the president's farewell address tonight starting at 8 p.m. Central Time. And railroad work continues today on Highway 41 in Evansville. Crews will close the northbound lanes to work on railroad crossovers near Lynch Road and St. George Road. This work was scheduled to begin last week, but was delayed due to weather. Next week, crews are expected to close the southbound lanes in the same area. Drivers are reminded to use caution in that area. And the Clemson Tigers are waking up college football national champions. Fans celebrated as the team took their first national title since 1981 on a fourth-quarter touchdown. The Tigers beat the Alabama Crimson Tide with a final score of 35-31. Now let's go on over to Gretchen Irons, our entertainment insider.